Howdy, folks. Jam Sketch here. I, if you want it, what's going on, people? Jam Sketch here. Coming at you with another daily vid. I had a rough day today. Not anything serious, but when you're on this art journey, you're trying to figure things out. You're just a cat who's just trying to do his thing. Live in the hood. You got this quote unquote talent. You got skill, right? And you're trying to figure out how to market it. You got a family, you got a skill. You're trying to figure things out, and it can be rough sometimes. Being a freelance artist, the income is very. If you're not a big timer, if you're not big time, yet the income fluctuates. It can get real stressful. So this episode, I'm I'm dedicated to just figuring out who you are. Like, what do you want to do with your skill? Should you be forcing it? Should you just let your art carry you to wherever you're going? Should you just like hunker down, draw, create, and just see where it takes you? Do you just do you call it? Do you say, yo, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be this character designer, I'm gonna be this animator, and do you just gun for that? Like, what do you do? How do you go about it? That's what this is gonna be about. Finding your true form, if we're talking anime or Dragon Ball or anything like that. And while I was thinking about all that, I was also sketching. So let's throw that up and talk about that as well, huh? Boom. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I don't know. The last couple of days has been tough. Just, every artist kind of go through this too. On your art journey, you're gonna have doubts. You're gonna wonder if you're on the right track. You're gonna wonder if you're being too nice. If you're giving people freebies when you shouldn't have. If it'll lead to anything. And it's tough, man. Me, for example, I got a family. I gotta provide. Art's my only gig. It's what I do. And it's tough when you're trying to, maneuver through your journey. And, there's folks who maybe don't understand that entirely. They're like, oh, if you draw this for me, there's exposure. And to be frank, that just doesn't pay the bills, man. And then, you got that, and then you're like, okay, let me get multiple sources of income. Let me apply for some jobs in a couple of studios, which I did, and I don't know, it's tough, man. Like I guess I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe enough eyeballs aren't hitting my work. But it is tough, man. Like, it is very competitive. Everyone knows how to draw these days. It's a very saturated, a whole lot of competition. I'll put it that way. And, I make way. I do fine, but I could be doing a lot better. It's just, I don't know. All of this was like just going through my head. And it's funny because I'm drawing this thing and I'm like, dude, I don't even know what I'm drawing. I'm just like throwing marks on the canvas, trying to figure out what this is. And that's what's going on with me right now. I'm like, dude, what am I? Am I an illustrator? Am I going to be some YouTube guy? Is there even a market for illustrators? Like, do I have to be a graphic designer? I see that a lot when I'm applying for jobs. Should I be picking up new tool sets? And you should. You should never stop learning. But it's hard. It's tough. It's tough to figure out what's the right match for me with my art style, the things I like to draw. Like, what's a good match out there? And, you know, these are the constant things that go on in my head, man. You know, the things I think about at night, you know, when I'm trying to figure out how to provide for my family with my skill set. You know, and everyone has their own journey. But with this with this glob of a shape, it started to form something. I started to see like this dragon warrior. You know, with the shoulder pads, I gave some crazy helm. You know, the front of his armor kind of looks like scales. So I'm like, dude, I'm going dragon with this. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Kind of like a cat, maybe a lion dragon type of vibe. I don't know. But yeah, this is just, like I said, things are going to my head, and I don't want this one to be a rant about the industry or, you know, it's just, you know, I'm trying to be real with you guys. Like, there's certain things that frustrate me with my art journey, and it's natural and it's normal. And, you know, half of you's like, dude, I just got to keep plugging at it. Something good's going to come of this. If I keep doing work, if I keep improving, if I keep practicing, something good's going to come of it. And then you got that other half when I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for so long. And I feel like it's moving so slow. When is this going to blow up, man? When is this going to pick up? And the truth is, I mean, you never know, man. You never know how close you are to that diamond. When you're digging in the dirt, you never know how close you are to the diamond. Right? My wife tells me not to quit. She's like, just don't quit. Just keep going at it. And that's what I'm going to do, you know. I want to show my family. I want to show my son. You know, he's an artist. I want to show him that you can make it in this biz. You can make it. You know, you don't have to settle. Because that's what I did growing up. I didn't think there was even an avenue. Like, growing up where I grew up, I knew I loved comic books. I loved video games. I loved designing characters. But there was no clear path as to how I go about that. You know? And it didn't really dawn on me until I got older, to be honest with you. I became an adult and said, oh, snap. Holy crap, this is what you do. This is how you become this. This is how you become that. And, you know, with the introduction of YouTube, you know, and I'm old. I'm an old guy, you know. I was around when YouTube first started kicking off. And now you can watch, you know, others do it and learn from the pros and all that jazz. And it was cool, man. You know, I started to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. I just had no idea it'd be such a long tunnel. And that's where the love comes in. At least I love what I'm doing, right? It's not always about cash, right? The love is what keeps you there. Like, I love creating characters. I love creating. I love sketching, painting, drawing, sculpting. I love all that stuff. And just like everyone else, man, the dream is to get paid for what you love to do. And yeah, that's it, man. Just, I guess this is just for those who are going through it out there. Just me letting you know that you're not alone, man. Everyone goes through it. I go through it. From the most novice to the greats. You know, everyone has their moments, man. Just keep plugging away at it, man. The world needs your art. Period. I'm kind of digging this dragon, dude. Gave him a little alligator tail, a little dragon tail. It's coming out cool, man. I'm digging it. What would you name this guy? It's got to be something like Borlok or something, like the Great Borlok. Yeah. Borlok the Heated. or something like that. Like his name is actually, his last name is what he does, you know? Borlok the Devourer. Borlok the Shoulder Pads Rocker. I don't know, something like that. Dragons have always been cool, man. Right? Like, there's never been a time where dragons were whack. Even at their wackest, it's like, dude, you guys rock. And of course, Borlok breathes fire. Or ice. What if he breathes ice? What if Borlok breathes ice? That would be dope. I should give him wings. If I give him wings, he'll be more on the gargoyle side, right? But gargoyles are awesome. I shouldn't let that stop me. I'm doing that same little chest plate on his shins there. I don't know. What do the pros call that? Shape language? A little shape language in there. Highlights. You know I love my highlights. Oh man, here comes my cat. Dude, get out the way. I'm recording. Get him a nice rope belt, a little Akuma belt. Shout out to Street Fighter. Dude, Street Fighter's influenced me greatly. That's a whole nother episode of me just talking about how fighting games have changed my life, especially Street Fighter. Borlok's looking cool, man. I'm digging it. We may see this guy again. I don't know. Having a good time sketching him. Give Borlok a weapon. Giant sword. Okay. And then I'm thinking, what if he breathes ice? And kind of like Sub-Zero, he makes ice weapons. You know? Like he breathes into his hand, and then an ice sword is there, an ice axe, or whatever. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna end it here. Put a little bit more highlights, then take them away. That's it, guys. Hit me up. Tell me how you feel about your art journey, what you've been going through. Like, subscribe, hit me up on the Patreon. Peace. Love you.